Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to Pokemon Showdown. Today we're going to be hitting up the RU Suspect Test ladder. RU is currently suspect testing, if I'm not mistaken, Reuniclus and Noivern, I believe. I'm not 100% sure as I've been a bit busy or too busy rather, to ladder and RU. But yeah, before we get into this live, I just want to say thank you for all the support on Twitch. I've been streaming a lot more frequently. Now I don't really have a set schedule. Yeah, okay. Call me Jam Van, messing up all my words. Actually, no, I do that too, so I can't really take shots at him. But yeah, I don't really have a set schedule just yet, but I will definitely be streaming. If not Friday night Eastern, sometime 9-10, Saturday, the day after, so I'll definitely be streaming then. And also, Road to Top 10 is back. If you haven't already heard, I already uploaded a video, I believe 2 days ago, of part 2 of Road to Top 10, so you guys can go check that out. It's easily in my video list. And my Pokemon Gold Randomizer Nuzlocke has started. It's very fun for me, very fun for me. And it's also a side of me that is a lot less serious than I am on my Showdown lives. I mean, I make little jokes here and there, I laugh about stuff, but I am definitely a lot less serious on, well, when I stream and on that Gold Randomizer Nuzlocke. So if you guys want to check that out, go for it. Till then, though, we're going to look for a battle, and I'm going to pause it until we find one, and we will be right back. Keep in mind, I am a little bit lower on the ladder. I haven't done too many battles, and I just felt like playing RU, though. This team, I believe, was posted by Spirit in the RU sample team thread. I'm not even going to pause. But yeah, my opponent's team is really cool. Spikes plus Specs X-Cloud, Assault Vest, Electros, probably Bandit or Assault Vest, the 2-man, and a Spin Blocker too, even though, you know, defogging is the thing nowadays. I'm actually a little bit scared about his team. Especially because I don't really have too much for this mon. What if it's offensive, right? What if it goes for the Focus Blast on my Cobalion? But either way, Cobalion, either Noivern or Cobalion are my best leads. Probably Noivern, just in case he does have Focus Blast on this thing, because Noivern could otherwise eat up any hit, bar like an HP Ice. Hopefully he doesn't have that. And I can just Dragon Pulse twice. His resistances get wrecked by my coverage moves, which is part of the reason why I would see banning Noivern would be a thing. It also has Switcheroo. I'm actually faster than him, so maybe he's modest, as he actually Toxics me. Okay, that's very interesting. He has a Sticky Barb, so maybe he was... I don't know. Keep in mind, guys, I am lower on the ladder, so we'll probably get a lot more battles this one, just because I'll be climbing through the ladder. And I went Flamethrower right there, just in case he wants to switch out into his Escavalier. Sorry, I'm just blanking on names right now. Just because I already showed Dragon Pulse, and that was his only resistance to Dragon, so maybe he wanted to bring that thing out. But a Selgor is going to drop as he sends out X-Cloud. This is a threat. My resistances aren't like going to be eating up hits, so while I do need this Noivern, I feel as though I can just sack it to get off some damage with the Dragon Pulse. Actually, well, not too late. Now I was gonna sack Zen Headbutt. What? Alright, keep in mind, guys, I am again lower on the ladder. No offense to my opponent, but maybe he's not the most experienced. But I'm just gonna fire off a Hurricane, as if he does want to try and switch out, predicting my Dragon Pulse again. It hits everything except for his Electros, so that'll be better for me. Like I said, guys, I'm just trying to climb up the ladder right now, and he does end up switching out, or he does end up pulling a switch into his Electros, so good plan on his part. Wouldn't have taken anything from that Hurricane anyway, so I'm not really too upset that it did miss. He does have resistances to Rock, one being his Flygon, but it's not currently out on the field, so this is it's not a banded head smash, it's a choice scarf, so this is just a full power head smash. I want to get off as much damage as possible on this Electros. I'm really thinking that I'm just going to sweep with this Tyrantrum late game, so might as well just start crushing whatever he has to take it on. If he, oh my god, it dropped, oh my god, that poor eel, it actually never stood a chance. That's crazy. I'm gonna go out into my Silent Toad. Even though I am offensive, I should be able to take an Earthquake anyway. I don't want to risk going out to Executor because it is my ground resist, but I really don't want to risk the U-turn. He's actually a Life Orb variant, so that's good to know because that means that my Jolteon can actually clean up this game if I get off a bit more damage on a Escavalier, which is why I'm actually going to get up with Stealth Rock right now. I do have HP Ice for his Flygon, so I'm not really too worried about it. And getting up those Stealth Rock means that the more he tries to switch, I'll be pressuring him with those hazards. It could potentially turn 3-hit KOs into 2-hit KOs, especially on that Escavalier, which is what I'm expecting. As he actually ends up going out to Cofagrigus, which is what I'm expecting to take the hit, or I know it's going to take a hit from Jolteon rather. So he goes out to this. I'm just going to fire off some Scalds, weaken him. I don't care if he's a Trick Room, Nasty, Plotting set, though it could be bad. There's not much I can do about that. This is offensive, though. I could tell by the Scald damage. I wish I could knock him off, but I do not have that. If he does choose to go for Trick Room, though, I'm pretty sure +2 Shadow Ball would not be able to knock out Seismitoad just because of its massive HP stat. You see this thing's you see these back humps? Whatever it's called? He ends up going for Dark Pulse, though. Not sure why you'd be carrying Dark Pulse. Shadow Ball isn't really resisted by anything bar normal types, and even then, or not, you can't take anything. Only normal types could take it, but I'm able to knock out Cofagrigus, which was another thing that could potentially take a hit from my Life Orb Jolteon. The last thing he has that could take a hit from that would be his Escavalier, and again, I'm not too worried, just because I do have Choice Scarf, Tyrantrum in the back, as well as Cobalion, which just outspeeds everything that is left on his team. So he's probably going to go right back out into Flygon, or maybe into the Boom Bursting Mon, as he ends up bringing that thing out. And what I can do is just sack this thing, just go for Scald. If I outspeed him, I'll knock him out. If I don't actually I might not knock him out, though I am offensive. Maybe Earth Power is the better play. Just end me, okay? Alright. As you wish, sir. I'm not gonna do anything else. But my plan was to win. This guy's a nice for a side. He drops the side too. Reminds me of Chipback. Yeah, Earth Power is actually the most powerful attack I do have. So he might be Assault Vest. I mean, he took nothing from that Life Orb Dragon Pulse from my Noivern. That actually did nothing to him. So I did literally 0. That actually did literally 0. So right. Well, at this point, I'm pretty sure he's locked into that. If he's not locked in, unless he's like Extra Belt, I don't even think Extra Belt, Fire Blast, or Focus Blast would be able to knock out my Cobalion. So I'm just gonna go for SD right now, and that would mean that I can knock out Escavalier with the Close Combat, knock out Flygon with the Close Combat, and win the game. That was a crit. No wonder. But I can just go right for Iron Head right here. There's no point in going for Close Combat. I mean, he doesn't have anything to outspeed me. But I don't feel real need to go for Close Combat. Just click Iron Head right there, and I'll be able to knock out Flygon with the Close Combat as well. It is +2. I'm also Shukaberry, so if this magically changes items and he has a Choice Scarf, Trainer MJ True Gamer tossed Flygon a Choice Scarf. Flygon used Earthquake. But yeah, let me be able to knock out that Flygon. And his last is that Escavalier. If it somehow does survive a +2 Close Combat, which I'm not really doubting just because Cobalion isn't the strongest of Pokemon. I mean, its defenses are higher than its defenses are higher than its attack stat without any investment, which is crazy. I have Pokemon in the back, and then, like I said, Jolteon would have cleaned anyway. So let's just take a good game to this dude, and thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Alright, so we're going to pause until we find another one. We shall be right back. Alright, so we got another game. My opponent's team is very scary. Yeah, it looks very, very well made. He doesn't really have much that can switch into my Life Orb Noivern, and if I weaken his Rhyperior with the combination of Noivern plus Executor, which also doesn't have very many switches because I can put to sleep the one thing that could really come in, I should be good to go. Part of me really wants to lead off with the Executor just so I can scare out a few of his Pokemon, but I'm really paranoid about him leading off with his X-Cloud, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure Cobalion also puts in work since I can get up an SD and I can also taunt Jellicent, but I need to get rid of Jellicent before I can Super Cobalion. And I definitely have to play careful around the Houndoom, but if I get rid of, again, if I weaken Rhyperior, a lot of my game plan is going to be around weakening Rhyperior. I can sweep with Head Smash from this thing. This thing just gets a spam Hurricanes or Dragon Pulses. This can Volt Switch around in his entire team. So definitely, I'm thinking Noivern is the best lead, as I can either get off a Hurricane on something, as well as just drop a Dragon Pulse. Unfortunately, not a Draco. But he ends up leading off with his Drapion. I'm just going to fire off a Hurricane at this point. Again, Aromatisse, they don't typically run especially defensive, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they run physically defensive, and this Life Orb Hurricane does a hell of a lot. As unfortunately I cannot taunt this Mon, but I'm just gonna fire off another Hurricane. If he goes out to Rhyperior, I'm gonna stay in and continuously attack it, because like I said, I want to try and win by spamming Head Smash, by spamming Thunderbolt / Volt Switch. So he ends up bringing out Jellicent, as unfortunately I do miss, and what I am gonna do is just taunt this thing, as I do not want him. I wonder if he's Scarf. Alright, Fox Hero. This is the reason why I ignore spectators. Sorry. You already know that. So, that's Fox Hero. Why? But I'm just going to fire off. Yeah, another Hurricane is mine. I don't care if he goes out to... he actually tried to pull the switch out into Aromatisse, and unfortunately I do miss right there. So, I think Silent Toad is fine, because he's more than likely going to protect right here. Or even Moonblast, and I can just get out my Stealth Rock anyway, as he ends up going for that Protect. And what I am going to do is just fire off a Sludge Bomb at this point. It's also my variant, or my version of Scald. If he wants to go out to Jellicent, maybe I'll get the Poison. I'll also go for my Rocks from there, as he ends up putting the switch out into his Drapion. Interesting play, bringing out Drapion on this Pokemon. I mean, you did pivot from my Poison move, so I guess it worked out for him. But I'll be able to get my Stealth Rock, which means that Aromatisse won't be able to switch in to my attack anymore, as he ends up going for the Toxic Spikes. That's completely fine. I'll just start firing off some max special attack Earth powers. His ground resist is non-existent. And Drapion just drops. So Drapion being dead is nice, though that Toxic Spike is a little bit annoying, simply because I won't be able... He has a bunch of Protect Mons. Well, he has one Protect Mon. But Jellicent is going to come out, and I do not see a resist to Grass that can eat up a hit, meaning that Houndoom would not appreciate a Choice Specs Leaf Storm after. Why? Come on, bro. This game was going to be good. Yeah, I would have gone out to Executor right there, fired off a Choice Specs Leaf Storm. He had nothing that could take a hit. After Stealth Rock, Houndoom would have been wrecked, put in range of anything or Stealth Rock after that, and yeah, but unfortunately he ends up forfeiting. Gonna find another one. We'll pause until we find one. Be right back. Alright, so we found another battle. Now, Noivern has a field day versus my opponent's team. He does not have a resistance to... Well, I mean, there's not really very many Pokemon that can resist Flying plus Dragon, so Noivern's definitely going to be pretty key. Specs Executor also has like barely any switch-ins on my opponent's team. Really scared about this thing. Unfortunately, I do not have Lumberry Harvest or anything, but I actually just want to lead off with my Silent Toad, because if his Jolteon even has HP Grass, at least I'll be able to find out right now, and I can just go right for Earth Power, and it actually ends up leading off with Scrafty, gets off to Intimidate. Not too worried about that. Intimidate Scrafty is usually Bulk Up, and Bulk Up Scrafty can be beaten by Hurricanes, and I guess, okay, that's actually pretty scary. So he goes for Dragon Dance. I just want to start firing off Scalds at this point. I'm actually legitimately scared about this thing. If he doesn't Dragon Dance twice, then I'm surprised he's running Intimidate though, not Moxie with Lumberry or something, which kind of threw me off because the Dragon Dance variants usually run Moxie, Lumberry, or I guess even Shedskin, which is interesting, but I'm just going to stay in Scald. I have no other play to make. As long as he doesn't Dragon Dance twice, and even if he does, as long as I get a burn. No, I'm hoping for hacks right here, but what other play can I make right now? I'm about to get swept by this thing. I really am about to get swept by this thing. Again, there's not really much I could do. If he goes for a third Dragon Dance, he's getting really greedy. Yeah, go for Drain Punch. Best play he can make, as he recovers all of that, and I get the burn, and he's not running the Lumberry. So that was huge for me. Unfortunately, I just lost a switch into his Jolteon, but he lost one of his Rock Resist. He has 3 other ones though, so I guess my Tyrantrum could potentially sweep with Outrage. Just gonna fire off an Earth Power, as he is able to knock me out with that Drain Punch. Now, it's hard because I don't want to go out into my Noivern and have him have Ice Punch. So I'm actually going to go out to Cobalion, because Cobalion can eat a Drain Punch due to its massive bulk and the fact that I did get that burn. Obviously that burn saved me, but it was my only play I can go for. I had no other play to go for at all. So I probably should have let off with my Noivern, but I really wanted my Stealth Rock, and if he wants to switch on to Golbat, I can taunt that thing with this Cobalion and actually set up on him. Well, not necessarily set up on him, but I can at least taunt him. So he doesn't have a healing Wishmon, which is good. Nor does he have a cleric, as far as I can see or can tell. So I'm gonna pause until he picks him and we'll be right back. Now the good thing about Scrafty going down is my opponent no longer has a spec psychic resist. So what I actually want to do is I have to decide what's going to be useless in this battle. I think it's going to be Jolteon, in all honesty, simply because Jolteon cannot do crap to Gastrodon. This could be Scarf. It's speed ties with his own Jolteon, and my best play is going for what? My best play is probably going for HP Ice versus Gastrodon. So what I actually want to do is just fire off a Thunderbolt on the Skirter. If he wants to switch out, so be it. He does end up going out to his Jolteon, opposed to switch rather out into Jolteon. That is fine. I have to go for HP Ice anyway. I have no other play to go for. So at least I can weaken his Jolteon. And I'm pretty sure... What is this thing? 265. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to take this guy on. I'm not too worried about Golbat because I have like Taunters on my team and then I have Spec Psychic as well. He actually has Hyper Voice, which is really interesting. It's good for me because I can actually go out. Yeah, I've never seen Hyper Voice before. I can actually go out into a few Pokemon just because I do resist that. What do I want to do? Well, I know for a fact that Choice Scarf Tyrantrum does outspeed Jolteon. I know that for a fact. It really depends on what play I want to make from there. Do I want to go out into Executor and let it take damage? Not really. So what I actually want to do is go out into my Tyrantrum, and I think I just want to fire off a Head Smash. Again, because even though he does have resistances, if he goes out to Gastrodon, I have his free switch into Executor. If he goes out into Girder, that's a scary play, but maybe Dragon Claw would actually be better, but I really don't want him defogging. I don't know why he'd go out into Golbat, but I really don't want him defogging. So actually, I think my better play is putting a double into my Executor, predicting him to actually switch out himself, not going for Hyper Voice again, as he actually does end up pulling the switch out into Gastrodon. So that's great, because I can actually beat this thing, and what I'm actually going to do is just fire off a Spec Psychic. It should be able to 2-hit KO Gastrodon. I know I will be able to outspeed him, unless he's running max speed Timid, and like I said, it will be able to 2-hit KO. It'll also knock out anything that he wants to go out for, or go out into. So he had no switch-ins at all, as he actually ends up going for Toxic. I am fine with that because, again, this is just getting rid of one Pokemon that could take an Outrage from my Executor. He does have his Flygon, which he could go out into and go for U-turn, but that gives me a free switch into my what's it called? My Cobalion, or rather my Noivern. That brings me my Noivern free. Now, I don't know if he has Shadow Ball. I don't know if he has Signal Beam or HP Ice. I'm debating what play I want to make right here. I feel like he's the type of person to have Signal Beam. Cobalion doesn't really do anything, though that Shukaberry could come in handy. So I do want to go out into my Noivern ring, my Tyrantrum, sorry, and just click Dragon Claw at this point, as he ends up going for HP Ice, and it is Specs. That is definitely Specs damage, but he doesn't have a Stealth Rocker left, so that doesn't even matter. I'll be able to go right for the Dragon Claw at this point. Good thing I didn't go out into my my Noivern or my Executor or anything like that, but he ends up bringing out Girder, which is good. He is fearing the Choice Scarf, so that's good that he knows what he's doing. And at this point, I feel like he's going to go for Knockoff. I really do, but I don't want to risk him going for Mach Punch. I think the mid play is actually just sacking my Cobalion at this point and then going out into my Executor after that. I don't really want to risk him going for the I just really don't want to risk him going for the what's it called? The knockoff right there. So I'll just go right for close combat. No reason not to. His only resistance I can taunt, as he's able to knock me out with the Mach Punch. And now I can just go right back out into my Executor. As long as I keep Executor alive, I'm good. As long as I kill his Jolteon, I'm also good. So that's two things I gotta go for. Kill the Jolteon, and then it all comes down to what type of Flygon he is running. If he decides he should sack Golbat right here, that'd be the best play, I feel. But if he sacks Girder, that's good because Tyrantrum's no longer scared of priority. The fact that he sacked that, though, is a little bit scary. Let's say he goes Flygon right here and doesn't go for the U-turn. What I'm actually gonna do is sack my. I'm gonna sack my Noivern right here. But if he goes for U-turn, if he goes for Outrage, then I'll be able to go right back out into my Executor and finish him off, and then I win with Scarf Head Smash. So goes for Dragon Claw, as I'm gonna calc spec psychic from my executor. That's actually what I wanted him to go for, or lock himself into a move like that. Eggy. How do you spell this Pokemon? And you choice specs. This is RU, but whatever. Flygon. You choice scanner. Yeah, Psychic Okos, Leaf Storm Okos. Yeah. Gotta go back out into my Eggy, and I gotta go right for the. I mean, it is a roll, but it's in my favor. And he's probably at 94 too, just knowing Showdown. So I'm just gonna go right for Psychic right here. If he realizes his mistake, then I could lose. It really depends though what type of Flygon he is, and if I knock him out, which I do. So I should be able to win by hitting 2 head smashes. Of course, it's not in my favor. Really, what he should have done right there though, if this thing was Choice Scarf, was sack Golbat and then go out into Jolteon. Although he could have also sacked Jolteon and went on to Golbat and probably won 100%. But he ends up bringing out Golbat now. If I do outspeed this thing, I shouldn't be able to, but if I do outspeed him, I'll be able to knock him out with Psychic. I don't care about his Evil Eye, I don't care about Golbat's bulk. It is pretty bulky, but it won't be able to survive a Psychic. If he goes for Roost or Defog, that's a pretty terrible play, or a pretty poor play on my opponent's part rather, as he ends up going for U-turn. And I've never seen a Golbat go for U-turn. It's actually pretty funny. But I'm pretty sure I have to lock myself into Head Smash at this point. I don't think Golbat will go down to an Outrage if I'm being honest. Tyrantrum. Oh, you Choice Scarf. This is Tyranitar. Tyrantrum. Are you Choice Scarf? Yes, I am Choice Scarf. Thank you. Go back. Yeah, it's Are you physically, if that's it. Should be, anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Outrage isn't going to do crap. I have to go for 2 head smashes, unfortunately. And, yeah, I have to hit one on Jolteon. I'm pretty sure Jolteon specs. It did like 94% to my Tyrantrum. And I'm also pretty sure that, well, assuming I do outspeed, I think I hit like, what is it, 397 with this? Times 1.5? 265 times 1.5 is like 397? Something like that. My opponent did kind of throw away the game by not going directly into Jolteon and sacking it, and then going out into Golbat and clicking Brave Bird, because what he could have done was knocked out my Tyrantrum, and then he would have been able to sweep with, or weaken my Executor, and then he would have been able to sweep with Dragon Claw or whatever. Assuming he was Choice Scarf, of course. I don't know the damage. I just want to calculate. I have to hit Head Smash anyway, so nice. I hit the Head Smash, and I'm able to knock out my opponent's Golbat. And I actually just want to do the calc, just to see what the hell is my spread anyway. Nope, wrong team. 128 HP. Okay, that looked like Choice Banded damage because Executor and you Choice Specs 128. That looks like Choice Banded, to be honest, because Dragon Claw doing 55% to an Executor is kind of ridiculous. Dragon Claw. I don't know why he didn't U-turn either. U-turn would have been his best play there as well. But yeah, that was definitely Choice Banded damage. What time is it? 22 minutes? Okay. We can look for another battle. And I'm going to pause until we find one. We'll be right back. Alright, so this is a powerful team. Though his switchings to my Executor are extremely limited. I think it's going to come down to whose Noivern is better in this game, in all honesty. Weaken his Rhydon for my Tyrantrum. Scarf Tyrantrum actually can put him work, but I have to weaken like 2 Pokemon and get rid of Hitmonlee, so it's going to be a little bit hard. As well as Quagsire. Qwilfish. What is wrong with me today? But I'm going to lead off with my Seismitoad, as I can get up rocks right away. As he leads off with his Qwilfish, which is what I was expecting. I'm actually going to go right for the Earth Power first, as opposed to going for rocks, because I don't want him taunting me, as he just... Hello? He just dropped! Holy crap! This dude just fell over. I gotta call 911. An emergency, right? Oh my god. I'm sorry, but I was expecting it to be Focus Sash or something like that, but it just dropped to that Earth Power, as a Noivern is going to come out. Yeah, show me the resistances to flying. Just going to go for my Stealth Rock, and then I'll be able to go out into my, what's it called? Well, now, because he ended up going for the Boom Burst, I do have a few switch-ins, one of them being my Cobalion, which I believe I can just start SDing up and then try to weaken his Seismitoad, which is more likely going to be a switch into this thing. That is a specs. Calm down, good lord. Yeah, that's insane damage. I'm actually gonna go for SD just in case he. Oh, okay, he's modest specs. Okay, so that helps a lot. Finding out that he was modest, because now I can go out into my Noivern, and I'm pretty sure I just get a kill right here. If he wants to go out into Rhyperior, so be it. Seismitoad, I'll knock it out with Dragon Pulse, which Hurricane, if I'm not mistaken. The fact that he was modest is good information for me, because that threat is gone. That Boom Burst was a 2-hit KO after Stealth Rock on my Cobalion. That's crazy. I was about to say, Noivern is not that strong. Granted, Boom Burst is a powerful as hell attack, but yeah, Noivern is not that strong. The fact that his Noivern is gone, like I said, this game will probably be determined by whose Noivern was better. As he ends up going out into Durant, I don't really want to risk him being Choice Scarf. I feel like he is. Like, he's screaming Choice Scarf. This man just sent it out. So I'm actually going to go out into my Seismitoad as Death Fodder. We'll find out, though, after this turn if he is Choice Scarf. If he misses Rock Slide, that is great for me. Sorry, just fixing my headset. Because then I can just fire off an Earth Power. If he's not Choice Scarf, then that could be scary. I don't know. As he ends up going for the Home Claws. Okay, so that's good for me. Because I can just continuously click Earth Power. He won't be able to sub if he does try to sub. Earth Power is my best play just in case he tries to go out to Seismitoad. It also hurts Rhyperior for super effective damage. And so that was a bluff. He definitely, if he didn't have leftovers, he should have just went right for the attack right there and just tried to bluff the Choice Scarf the entire game, because I definitely would have played around that until I had to, or felt like I needed to make a play. But Flamethrower is my best play because no matter what his 2 resistances are, I have Executor to go out into. So this should be a Stealth Rocker if I'm not mistaken, but then again, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like sacking my Jolteon, to be completely honest, because Jolteon does crap, and I don't want to risk Executor coming in on a knockoff or anything else, as he actually ends up going for Rain Dance, so that's something that's good for me. He's able to knock me out with the Hydro Pump. I don't know if he has Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave. I could be in a bad position right here, but again, I'm just gonna fire off Giga Drain at this point. Doesn't have a switch in. If he has Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave, like I said, that could be really bad. Leaf Storm could also be a play that I could make right here. It's good to note that he is offensive. I could tell by the damage from Flamethrower. Like, that did way too much. As he is actually able to knock me out with the Sludge Wave. And yeah, I have no other play to make. I gotta go out into my Tyrantrum to waste the last turn of this, or not the last turn, but I have to waste that turn, and I have to just fire off an Outrage, to be completely honest. I have no other play to make. He's able to knock me out. Actually, I was about to switch on to my Noivern on the Earth Power, but cancel button does not work because I clicked it way too fast, and this team just gets swept by this thing. Holy crap, man. Holy crap. And if I would have just stayed in and went for Hurricane, I would have been fine. Oh well, I can fire off a Hurricane this turn. Sludge Wave / Hydro Pump will be able to probably knock me out, to be completely honest, as I actually end up surviving. And because of his rain, I am going to hit, but I do not have enough Life Orb hits left to win. Plus, he does have Rhyperior at full, and Hitmonlee also has Mach Punch in the back. So, definitely should have taken into account the fact that he could have used Rain Dance, since I actually love using that Pokemon, and I could tell by the Flamethrower damage that he was offensive. But I thought he was an offensive rocker, to be completely honest. But we'll go for Dragon Pulse right here just to find out how much damage it does do for Rhyperior, as I'm just going to say good game, and he'll be able to knock me out with that. So, how much time are we at? 28. I don't like ending it on a loss, though. I don't like ending it on a loss. So, unless if I lose this one, then we are ending it on a loss. Alright, we got a rain team now, and I'm pretty sure I just lost because my team does not have anything for rain teams. It actually does not. I don't even know how I'm going to stop him from getting up the rain. Yeah, I do not have anything for rain. I have to keep my Seismitoad healthy. Found you through its gator. Nice content. Thank you. You too. I know Tyrantrum does not outspeed Selgor, but I'm pretty sure he's going to lead off into Selgor just because of the fact that it can get up a spike as quickly as it wants to. And what I'm going to do is just start firing off some outrages. Is Head Smash better? Head Smash is actually fun, I think. Because he's only resistant to Head Smash side, and so the sooner I get that thing out, the sooner I can just get rid of it. Granted, though, if he gets up too many layers of spikes, I could be in a bad situation. But I'm just going to fire off head smashes just because I want to weaken anything. I also want to break this thing down, or bring this thing down to its sash. I hope it's sash. I hope it's sash. I hope it's not focus blast, a focus blast variant. But he ends up switching out into the Seismitoad. Fine. I'm able to get off a hell of a lot on this thing. Holy crap. I'm just going to go for another head smash, to be completely honest. Weaken this thing even more. Seismitoad is a bigger threat to me than I think Ludicolo is, Ludicolo is a huge threat. Holy crap, Ludicolo just wins. But at least if I prevent him from getting up his rocks, I could be in a good situation. He actually pulls a double, probably predicting my Seismitoad. So that's great, because this was Rain Dance to Selgor, so it was holding a damp rock, and I'm able to knock it out, knock it clean out. The reason I risked my Tyrantrum right there is because I don't want my Seismitoad to come in on a Life Orb Earth Power. I am offensive, and I need Seismitoad for his Kabutops as well as for his own Seismitoad. So that's a Pokemon I couldn't risk going out into. So that's why I made that play right there. I'm just going to go right for the Head Smash once again, doing enough to bring him down to one more Life Orb hit. And what I could do after that is just sack my Jolteon. Jolteon does nothing versus his team. Granted, it does outspeed. It does outspeed Liepard, it does outspeed Kabutops, it does outspeed Escavalier, but with the rain up, with the fact that they can have Sucker Punch plus Knockoff, the fact that Escavalier is bulky as hell, it's going to be able to live any hit from Jolteon, and I'd rather have Cobalion with the berry to resist and things like that, but he ends up going for the Earth Power, so I can now go out into my Cobalion and click. I can click Iron Head right here, and I also have Taunt for, let's say, if he wants to go out to Ludicolo for some reason. I guess he's not ignoring spectators like me, but I'm okay with trading my Tyrantrum to get a free switch into my Cobalion, because Cobalion does not have a resistance on my opponent's team. Getting rid of Seismitoad will be big for me. Jolteon might actually be able to survive a hit from his Ludicolo, so he goes out into Escavalier. I'm actually just going to go for the SD just in case he wants to go for Mega Horn or Knockoff. I have a Sugar Berry for his Drill Run, so I'm not too worried about that. And what I can do is just fire off a close combat at this point. That did 0. That actually did 0. As Escavalier actually drops, so great for that's great for my Executor, because Executor might actually win this game for me. And he has no Pokemon he can go out into bar Liepard, and he has to go out to Liepard just to set up the rain. So what I'm actually gonna do is go for Taunt right here, because he has to set up rain. And what Taunt actually does is it prevents him from going for T-Wave in the following turn, and it also wastes an extra turn of rain right there. As I'll be able to knock him out with this close combat. And again, like I said, it prevented him from going for T-Wave. It wasted an extra turn, and now the onslaught from his scary Pokemon is gonna happen at this point. Let's see if I can actually survive Ludicolo's attack. Oh, you Rain Sweeper. Yeah, Ice Beam will not be able to. Okay. Modest Ice Beam won't be able to knock out my Executor. Maybe. It's a roll. But I'm just going to go for close combat right here. I have no other play to make, then go out into my Executor after anyway. But the thing is, though, he won't be able to get up Rain ever again. And remember how I said before, Jolteon does nothing? Now Jolteon can win me the game since it does outspeed. So can Noivern, because Noivern can taunt everything. So I have to go out into my Executor right here. And the roll, let's make sure we see this roll. 85 to 101%. So I can click, what is my play to make actually right here? How much do I? Spec Psychic does not knock him out. Actually, it can knock him out. I think Psychic is the best play anyway. I don't want to miss Leaf Storm and end up losing to this thing. And he gets the roll. He actually gets the roll. Now I have to play around. That's scary. I'm trying to see how I can win this game. I'm gonna go out. That really sucks. I don't know how. I mean, I know how it's a roll, but still, I have 128 HP. That's crazy. As he's able to knock me out with the Giga Drain. Yeah, man. That sucked. I was really depending on him not getting that. What is the chance to knock me out? 6.3 chance percent to Oko. I have 128 HP, right? Let me make sure I have 128 HP. Yeah. And a Force Spadef. What? Was that a high roll on Executor? If it was, I'm sorry. I mean, I'll show him the roll. I'll show him the roll. But don't be sorry, bro. It's part of the game. Yeah. Yeah, the 6.23% chance to actually Oko me. But I couldn't do anything about that, I guess. I have to save Jolteon now and hope he misses Hydro Pump. I have to go back out on Jolteon on the Ice Beam, and he's just like winning this game right now. Obviously, he's outplaying me. Though if he does miss and his Bootops does not have Aqua Jet for some reason, I can still win this game. I can't do anything about rolls. Rolls are a part of the game, but really sucked that he got that roll. Good game. And I guess we are going to end it on a loss. I was really expecting to win that game. I really was. I calced it right for once, right? Yes, I did. I did. 2v2 special attack plus modest Life Orb versus Executor 128. Well, I guess I can get it 4. Like that actually does anything. Actually, yes, it does. He had that's the same exact percent chance. But yeah, guys, sorry that I lost twice. I couldn't do anything about that. Ludicolo in the end, he definitely outplayed me, but he didn't. It didn't matter what play he made at the end because he still had Kabutops to wrap up the game just in case Rain went down because he had enough turns. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I did everything I could in that last battle. I'm not trying to give an excuse, but when the roll is 6.3%, man, that is insane. All right, later guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and until next time, guys. Later.